Now we're going to move from an up-close and personal experience to a 30,000-foot view. Former investment banker Andre Floroiu, and I'd like to note that I actually pronounced that correctly, had no ties to MS 6 years ago when he began to focus on biotechnology investments with firms developing MS therapies. In the process of learning the business, he spoke with more than 100 MS specialists and 500 people living with the disease. These interactions inspired him to pilot, no pun intended, a very unique global awareness opportunity. Andre has just returned from a 30-country, 60-day, 33,000-mile marathon, which is further than the circumference of the globe, by the way. He's been flying a small plane to raise awareness for MS. During his stops in cities across Europe, Canada, and the U.S., Andre met with people living with MS, often giving them rides in his plane, and spent significant time raising awareness for the disease through local media. Andre, come on up. Yeah. So, Andre, tell me about what was the thing that decided to put you on this unconventional journey with MS?
Well, first, obviously the knowledge that MS, in my opinion, needs more than just research. So I started to get to know MS by investing in research. And then together with Keith, who's here, the other pilot that joined me on the trip, we were planning on flying to Europe, and we realized that this idea is getting a lot of attention and interest from people. And we thought, well, why don't we use this attention for something that actually needs it? So that's kind of how the idea got born.
And you traveled to 30 different cities across the world. Can you tell us about one memorable experience you had during your flight?
That's difficult. I think in every stop, the reaction we got was very enthusiastic and emotional from people with MS. And probably the one that struck me the most was that of Peter Jarabak in Slovakia, who knew that we're going to stop there and fly him 3 months before we got there. And after we flew, he told me that for 3 months he forgot completely about his MS for the first time. And he actually painted this for me in the meantime and gave it to me there. So
here, keep holding up for a second.
Yeah. This is the only pastime that helps him to sort of get away. He has been bound in a wheelchair for years with no access to treatment there in Slovakia. So it was very emotional that we could help him.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow. So what do you think the takeaway is going to be from this odyssey for the people that you met? I mean, how do you think you ended up making a difference? Obviously, this is one great example. Can you think of some others?
Well, yeah, I mean, what I think everybody here may know is that there is a compassion fatigue. So the media and the public does not pay attention. So you sort of need to do something out of the ordinary to grab that attention. And I think we managed to get in front of probably tens of millions of TV viewers and newspaper readers around the world. So the key takeaway is that I think we need to think about creative ways of raising awareness. Another one that I saw was the power of small volunteer groups to
Grassroots.
Sometimes a lot more than large organizations because they are more nimble and creative. And then young people can really get involved in charity work if they feel the project is interesting. And my team is mostly composed of people in their 20s, and they've been, this was their first involvement in a charitable project.
And you have to believe that when you start young, you're just going to keep going.
I'm sure, because you experience what it feels to actually do good, which is unbelievably rewarding.
Well, it's clear you went a long way, and actually you have two guests here that have traveled a long way to be here. Who are they?
Yeah, so it's Rennie de Boer, who came from the Netherlands to fly on our last leg to New York, and Jacqueline also from Netherlands.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Thank you, Andre.